I'm going to show you something that I'm doing with a piece of Nightshade Sunhaze birch trees, which is one of our new releases which are in the shop today. Now my children are between 7 and nearly 13, so we don't bakeware anymore, but there's lots of cloth around the house, and so I decided that I was going to use this piece, which is about 2 meters of unhemmed cloth, and I'm going to make a cushion cover with it. And so for that project, what I want is for the cloth to be a lot fluffier and denser, so that it'll be nice as a cushion cover and it'll be easy to work with. So I have put this into a regular load of washing, a full load of washing, just our clothes, and it went in on a 30-degree ordinary cotton cycle, and it went in with ordinary washing detergent powder, not special wool liquid. And then it went out with all the pants and t-shirts and what have you into the dryer, and it's been in a hot tumble dry. So this is the end result, and I think I'll flip my camera around to show you, because I think it's quite an exciting result. So firstly, what I think is quite interesting is that even after that very harsh wash that isn't really suitable for wool, it isn't fully felted in any way. The cloth is still has quite a bit of width to it, and it has lots of stretch. It feels absolutely beautiful, and if you look at this sort of recoil, it pings back. It's elastic, and so what that says to me is that whilst I wouldn't want to stick it on a harsh 30-degree and hot tumble dry as a wrap, I think that this feels much nicer than, if you hold on 1 second, this piece of cloth here, which is exactly the same wool, and this has only had a very gentle wash, and it is soft, but it doesn't have any of that spring to it. It certainly doesn't feel as gloriously woolly as this, and I feel that somewhere in between this, which is only barely out of loom state, and this, which feels like the softest wool jumper you could wear, and that's one of the things that we use wool that is designed for clothing rather than furnishing. I think somewhere between the two would make an absolutely perfect wrap. So I haven't ironed this at all. Where I've stretched, I think it came out at about 58 centimetres, and obviously this isn't even a piece of hemmed cloth, so with the hems that would have shrunk even more, but with just a little bit of a stretch along the width, I think I managed to get just with my hands, I've managed to stretch it out permanently at least another 3 or 4 centimetres. I imagine that an iron is going to lose some of this amazing 3-dimensional quality to it. Can you see that? And so it'll flatten it out more, but the cloth will also grow. It's even, it's not puckered. The wool still has a lot of movement to it. It's just that the colour has concentrated and become richer in the weft. It really shows. If you're going to use this wool cloth for crafting projects, I would definitely suggest that you wash it a little bit more vigorously than you would a wrap, so that you do get this beautiful soft texture to it. I think this is going to be far more robust as a piece of furnishing cloth. Let me see if I can just... there, but just this, it's absolutely beautiful. There, and although the weft face out this side is my favourite visually, I think, actually for my cushion I might go for this side, just because even when I've ironed it and I've flattened these pieces a bit, this texture is just so lovely. Oh, little bits of... So if you get one of these as a wrap, then yes, make sure that you've given it a really thorough wash. Don't let it don't be too careful with it, and let it sit in a sort of sad loom state because you're frightened of felting. Because genuinely felting cloth that's got a cotton warp like this does require you to really wash it wrongly. So if you're following our instructions, you're just not going to be able to felt it. So, you know, get it in the washing machine on your wool cycle. Do it 2 or 3 times. Make sure that it's really come alive like this. There we go. So I will make my cushion and I will show you what it looks like when it's finished.